Tonight we are on your side with facts, not fear, as we track the coronavirus pandemic. I'm Jeannie Blaylock.
And I'm Heather Crawford. We're glad you're with us. Now tonight we have 3 confirmed cases of COVID-19 here on our First Coast. One in Nassau, another in Alachua, and then one also in Camden County, Georgia. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has announced new funding to state and local leaders to help fund the response to this virus. Florida is getting more than $27 million, Georgia more than $15 million.
Now, the virus is impacting state universities. The University of Florida announced now that all classes will be moved to online only by this Monday. FSCJ here in Jacksonville says it plans to hold classes as normal following its spring break next week, so a different situation there. And we are checking with UNF and FSU. At this point, they have not announced any particular changes. Meanwhile, on Wall Street, another day of heavy losses. The Dow closed down more than 1,400 points.
Now, the coronavirus is also impacting hospitals as well. It's forcing some of them to change their visitation rules.
There are new restrictions in place at Baptist and Wolfson hospitals. Alex Osiris explains from the South Bank tonight.
Yeah, here at Baptist and Wolfson's Children's Hospital, education is the first step that these doctors are trying to communicate to their employees as well as people visiting campus, starting with cleanliness.
Be careful if you're touching things to wash your hands afterwards.
The message consistent outside the hospital and in. At Baptist Health, visitor restrictions in place. No one under the age of 12, 18 for the ICU, and anyone with flu or like symptoms shouldn't be visiting, according to a release from the health system. Within the walls, contact is limited.
How's it going?
Dr. Mobeen Raythorn specializes in infectious diseases. The On Your Side team interviewed him in January when the first cases of coronavirus were reported in China. He says since then there's been a lot of changes and new data.
So everybody knows what their role is if that does happen. And so at this point in time, I think we are as prepared as we can.
This is a look at one of the hospital's isolation rooms, equipped to handle any COVID-19 positive patients. These are like regular rooms, but with different air filtration systems, cleaned and ready to go. Dr. David Rice says securing supplies is among the priorities for the health system right now.
We're fine right now, but we're also trying to make sure we're getting ahead of that just like everyone else is in the world. So it is an issue that will come to bear eventually.
Dr. Raythorn says that this is a fluid situation. They'll respond accordingly, but they do have plans in place to make sure everyone stays safe and healthy. Reporting on the South Bank, Alex Osiris, First Coast News, on your side.